Hello, everybody. We've reached the quarter mark of the
Yeah,
series. Maybe would
it's
be.
very funny that this is the finale of the series, but it is nowhere near. Oh well, Zach has disappeared. That's great. Yeehaw! Uh, he'll be back in a minute.
Bro,
Good
I
job,
just
buddy.
I just moved the window. And anyways,
Yeah, it's like we're nowhere near the actual finale of of this, even though this is like episode 26 is called finale.
yeah, episode 26 called finale. I think it's just. I mean, obviously they didn't know. They're
Yeah,
like, okay, we'll do our best to
yeah.
finish this up, and
Uh,
we
uh,
got what we got. Which
we
I mean, overall, I think is really good. But if like the rest of the series didn't exist, I think we'd be having a different conversation. You
yeah.
know, we
I,
would
I
we
think
would
it's
be.
I don't know. I think 25 and 26 being as obtuse as they are, I feel like the discourse would just be different, but would
Yeah,
still just be it'd be more packed full of arguments about what does it mean.
yeah. I
But like I
mean,
was saying to you before the before we started, it's like we do have the curse of knowledge where we do know what it means. We have more context, but without that context, this is uh
we know
these
a lot.
yeah,
It's gonna be so hard to not mention anything in these
yeah,
three because like these last six episodes are so like important for
yeah,
what happens after. So it's
yeah,
like, and then there's so many answers. There's so many questions that get answered via like I don't know, random shit like PS2 video games and
yeah,
movies and stuff. Where you're
yeah,
like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
there's so much lore that we get about Adam and Lilith from a PS2 game. So
yeah.
it's like,
It's funny. I was looking up after that ended. I ended up on Ava Geeks.
the
As one
best.
does. As one does. But also like the Eva Geeks like wiki, like fandom wiki thing, and it's
Mm,
just like it has like this whole massive section about the tiers of canonicity for things and stuff.
yeah.
It's very fascinating to like it's like the PS2 game is a very difficult thing for everyone to sort of like get on board with. It's like, well, it does have some cool like it does have like actual like lore stuff, but then it also has like Ritsuko and Alba like dating or whatever. Like she seduces one of the grunts kind of thing, like some weird
I
stuff
mean,
that's like non.
she would. And I wish it was me at the same time.
Yeah, well, there's
Uh,
always. I mean, I was gonna say there's always a fresh cycle to find yourself in, I suppose.
There is,
Yeah,
and I mean the cycle did get confirmed here, so we can
yeah,
finally bring that up.
yeah,
So if you think about the first episode of this show and how it just kind of randomly starts and Ray's just there, yeah, it's
yeah,
Shinji's stuck in a little time loopy loo. He's
yeah,
and the fate of the universe is on his shoulders,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is the scariest thing ever.
yeah. It's very funny. Okay, I guess we should just actually just dive into it because we're just gonna
Yeah,
talk around it for a bit. And before the finale turns into an experimental delve into what makes a person tick, we need to get into episode 24, which introduces one of a true LGBTQ icon. Uh,
a true LGBTQ icon and maybe second most important character in the whole series.
Jesus, it's so baffling because I sit there and it's been a hot minute. I didn't get this far into the show when it launched on Netflix again.
mhm.
And this has been my first full watch through since it's been several years.
Yeah,
Um, and it's been a while since I've seen this episode, and I forgot how a little Kairu is in it, and B just how uh he this dude just comes in like a wrecking ball. He's just
Dude.
there, and it goes from 0 to 60 instantly with him, and
Yeah.
everything
And
he says is iconic as hell. And
everything he says, everything he does.
yeah, and I
Uh
forgot that like they really do plant the seeds for what would become the rebuilds in this. And it wasn't until this episode that I really, really saw it.
yep.
Like, it's crazy how and again, it's one of those things that's impossible to know. Like, did it just work out that way, or like is this like, because it's the same thing like George Lucas always talks about with Star Wars, how it's like, oh, the original plan, the
Mm.
prequels and all that stuff. It's like, but also like he's also full of shit with some stuff, so it's always hard to tell sometimes. But like, it's actually really impressive how they work, how everything really falls into place with episode 24 here.
Yeah, it's what's interesting to me is I think there could also just be them because they've redubbed and
Yeah,
they've realigned scripts
yeah,
with this new release.
yeah,
I'm not sure what Quaru says in the original script in that moment
yeah,
where he's like you have to live on. I'll continue to live on, but you have to live on for this moment.
yeah,
Um, and basically, we'll keep doing this over and over again.
yeah,
I am unsure what he says in the original dub in the original script.
yeah,
But because I know Studio Car has done a pretty litigious job of redubbing and rewriting, like because they went back and rewrote the rebuilds when the 2019 script came out for the Netflix one.
yeah,
So they used their in-house translator because they weren't happy with what Funimation did, which is awesome. But
yeah.
I feel like there could be some of that happening where they're like, okay, we can tweak this here, but I'm really curious what the original uh, is in the
Yeah.
series. Um,
I wonder. Oh, I have to look into that because they recently just re-released 1 and 2 in the U.S. very recently.
mhm.
And their Kara releases
Yep.
and G Kids. So I'm curious. So it's got to be the new script then, huh?
Yeah,
I
because
didn't really look into that. So yeah.
what's his name? Dan, I think is his name. This in-house guy.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
yeah,
actually
no,
credited in the subtitles at the.
yeah, he let's see. So yeah, Dan Kenimitsu. Yeah, they redid the scripts recently, and yeah, but I'm just really curious if they realign some things or
Yeah.
not. But I mean, it works no matter what. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the other thing. What's interesting to me about this boy is he's so important. He shows up out of nowhere, and you're like, okay, so he's an angel, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then we're like, he looks like Ray. Okay. And then you can also, because we have Sele and then we have Nerve,
Yeah.
and they've both been doing the same thing,
Yeah.
right? We're like,
Yeah.
Nerve has Ray, Sele has uh, Kuaru Nagisa, aka Tabris. And what is fun to me is to follow the logic of the angels because the most recent angels that have invaded
Yeah.
were all seeking out human contact to figure out
Yep.
human language, to figure out human emotions, to figure out how humans work. And then we get the penultimate angel of, hey, here's this beautiful beautiful boy who shows love, maybe not so much love,
Yeah.
maybe uh, just I think it's just
I
general
he
kindness.
well, it's interesting because he has a goal.
He
Well, he has
does.
2 goals. He has 2 goals really. Goal one is to learn about human emotions, and two is to make contact with um, Adam.
Adam, which we
Yeah,
learn is not
yeah,
Adam, it's
yeah. We
actually
learn.
Lilith.
Yeah, the big giant in the basement of Nerve is with the mask, and crucified is Lilith, not Adam. So when Quairu gets down there and notices that it's in fact not Adam, he sort of gives up. He's like,
Yeah, he's
"Well,
like, well, I've been
I
gotten.
I've been got." But also like back to his initial things, like he I don't think it's like he's not like, it's not like, jet love and kindness kind of thing. It is a newborn curious of the world.
Yeah,
And because almost every line of dialogue is almost just asking questions. Um but and doing the solid snake thing of sort of like repeating back the answer, and
Mother
then sort of,
Base.
yeah, and sort of like answering a question with a question, or repeating back an answer, and sort of putting the pieces together, biding his time. And he's learning all of this through Shinji, because as he even says at the beginning, when he when he meets Shinji for the first time out there, um and calls him by his name, and Shinji's like, "Well, how do you know who I am?" And he's like,
Everybody knows who
"Everybody
you
knows who you
are.
are, man. Wait, it's like I don't know if you're being humble or you're dumb." I don't know.
Well, and the other thing, which
Yeah,
is plays into his biblical analogy, is he's
yeah,
very familiar with music. That's the one thing
yeah,
that he does know. He
yeah,
knows he's humming "Ode to Joy," which
yeah,
is in a Japanese context. Uh, is a Christmas song.
yeah,
It's what they use around Christmas time, and off of tertiary information, we know an event happens on
yeah,
uh, December 31st. So we can kind of slot this in like it's around Christmas time.
yeah,
So he's singing Ode to Joy. And we also learned many episodes ago Shinji loves to play music, he
yeah,
loves to play the cello. And he's always listening to music. So that is the immediate kind of click for them. But also we have someone showing genuine interest in Shinji,
interest. Yeah,
and it it's really it's a mean trick because the way Anno writes is it's the Yoko Taro line of thinking, which is just the Anno line of thinking. Is he thinks of ways to put his characters in situations that are going to make them learn something or punish them. Like
yeah,
he does it very purpose. He does it on purpose.
yeah,
And this is one of those moments where like yeah, it's cute, but like he's just trying to make Shinji hurt. Like he's like
yeah,
this is just a big like softball pitch
yeah,
of pain, which is hard to watch because whenever you watch them interact is so sweet and
yeah,
so innocent, but then we have that scene with Ray and Kawaru and it's not sweet and innocent. It's these
yeah,
two like godlike beings like staring
yeah.
at each other. He's just like, you're a lot
Yeah.
like me, you're a little different.
It's really fun to have him sit down and like not even like he before it's even clear that he's a
Angel.
angel. um like he's clear that he's an angel because he keeps
Yeah.
referring to like as Lilim
Willem. Yeah.
and everything. It's just like he's such an odd character that nobody seems to really Shinji is in such a bad place right now. He's been really everything's wrong now. Asuka's MIA for the most part. Having this episode start off with Asuka,
in the
uh,
bathtub.
yeah,
Uh,
to run away naked in a bathtub of a destroyed building with the bags under her eyes and everything, and
yeah, there's a theory in the Eva Geeks sphere
yeah,
where some people think that she tried to kill herself by slitting her wrist,
fingers
which is why
rest in the bed. Yeah,
the water is red.
yeah,
But it's also we've seen red water before in this
yeah,
series, so it's kind of like, but a lot of people have agreed that she's just probably trying to starve herself. Like she's just
yeah,
kind of just laying in water,
yeah,
and shriveling up like a raisin, and that's literally like the last time we see her, which is
yeah,
like we actually see her. The other
yeah,
times we see her are these shards of her that exist within other people, which
yeah.
is just,
Oh, you do
I
get
mean,
that.
no, we do see her in the hospital bed.
Yeah. You do get the in the director's cut version, you do get the glimpse of her, both her Eva and her in a fetal position.
Oh yeah.
Huh? That's, I'm sure that's not going to come up again. Um,
No, it's not going to come up again. One of the one of the fun like tertiary things I found was there's that moment where Kwaru and Shinji touch hands,
yeah,
and I was reading the original script just says that they touch hands,
yeah,
but in the show they looks like they hold hands, or
yeah.
Kwaru like
Is
it
attempting to
is
like
attempting,
embrace his hand. Yeah,
which is a clear mirror of the Misato Shinji
yeah,
moment.
yeah,
But in the things in the journals I've read is like it was supposed to just be a quick touch, but they didn't animate that, and it looks like a handhold because they just didn't have enough time.
yeah,
So it's one of those things where it's like that's just what you get,
yeah.
which is fun that people bring it up as an argument. They're like, well, he wasn't trying to hold his hands. Like, well, that's what we got, so that's all we have to go off of. What they wanted to do doesn't matter.
Uh,
uh
I ended up watching this episode twice because I found out that I had the original DVD release of this still.
mm,
So, and I know that these episodes in particular really got overhauled scripts in a lot of significant ways, and this episode is one of the big ones. And this shower scene in Nerve with them is the one that got one of the more significant changes that made people very mad that they changed it for the Netflix script. Because in the original version, at the end of all this, Kairo looks at Shinji and says, "I love you." And in the new script, he just says, "I like you."
yeah, which
uh,
I dug into that, and I was like, the original Japanese, they use the word like, so
yeah,
that's
it's I was like, well, I've watched enough anime to know that uh they really fade. They really don't focus on the word love in anything. It's always either play. They don't say it. They just don't say it. Even like in rom coms and whatever,
mhm.
it's a big goof about the word love. And like tends to just sort of hold the same weight in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
same with physical touch, which
Yeah,
is like there's a reality show from Japan called Terrace House. I don't know if you've ever watched
yeah. I've
it.
watched Terrace House. Yeah,
It's always really interesting to me the difference between dating culture over there
hmm,
versus dating culture over here. It's a huge deal to like hold someone's hand or give someone a hug or like
yeah,
express emotion,
yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah,
But it's just a cultural difference, right? But
yeah,
it's fun to juxtapose that to this show and be like, all this stuff is extreme, like because the world that they live in right now is a depraved, disgusting world. It's not a
yeah,
normal world with morals and values
yeah,
anymore. So like all these things are just so blown out of proportion because of like a lack of society and stuff. So it's always fun to think about that. we have a lot of like mirroring going on in this episode with other moments in the show. Like we have Kwaru and Shinji having a sleepover. It's the same setup as
Yeah.
Asuka and her friend, but this time they're talking. They're talking. So Shinji is engaging. He's using this new relationship to talk about stuff, to maybe get over some things he's been thinking about. But also, funnily enough, he's playing into his weakness that we know, where he wants to feed his ego. He's constantly
Yeah.
trying to be like, I need you to tell me how awesome I am and how cute you think I am. And like he's wanting that, and Kwaru isn't giving it to him. He's just kind of just, like, you're interesting. I like talking to you. I'm glad we could meet. Which is just really sweet. He is just such a cool character. He's the reason why I like the rebuilds as much as I do. Um, Him and Asuka and the rebuilds are like, they're perfect. Even Shinji in the rebuilds is awesome too.
Yeah.
Even Ray's pretty awesome, and
Yeah.
they make her
Especially
a real character, which
yeah,
is
especially by the
awesome.
time you get to the end of it too. Like what they like her journey is like she actually has one now.
Yep.
Yeah, can't
I'm
wait to
so
talk
I'm so
about that.
excited to
Yeah.
get into those, because there's just like there's so many ideas and concepts that they put into this show that they clearly couldn't get to,
Yeah.
and then you get to finally see them executed, and
Yeah.
it's just, and the narrative payoff is rewarding, and they also smartly weave it into the overall drama, which is so
Yeah.
awesome. I love when series do that, where they make the things they retcon or add later on make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's very Twin Peaks of
Yes.
them. Very season 3 Twin Peaks.
I I love like the second half of this episode goes great because it actually has probably the best action scene in the
it's
series.
really fucking good.
Like oh, another script change is something that happens. We were talking about where he meets Ray and how it's like it's not the same interaction and like
Mm,
uh, uh so when he meets with Ray and Ray is just like who the fuck are
yeah, he's like,
you?
well, it feels like a dog that
Yeah.
knows there's another dog in the house. It's
Yeah.
just like they're just mad as fuck for no reason.
Yeah.
Uh,
But after that, you cut to Fuyutsuki and Gendo, and they're just and Fuyutsuki's like, "All right, well, he's made contact with the first children, and we're still trying to like figure out what his deal is. Because at
mhm,
this point, they don't really know. They still like they know that this was sent over by Sele, and as of this point, Sele and them are not on good terms. Like that is just a fact of the series at this point.
yeah.
Um, and in the original script, it's very interesting. In the original DVDs, it's very interesting because Fuyutsuki says we don't know what his powers are, which implies that they know he's an angel in the original script, which
Mhm.
is like not how this plays out. Like it's like
No.
yeah, obviously they changed it for this new one because like it was very jarring when I went back. It's like, well, that's weird because at this point they've never even like in like through context clues we kind of knew that he was the next angel, but like there was no confirmation up to this point. So
Right.
that was just Fuyutsuki going for a Hail Mary on this.
I
So like
mean,
obviously the new script fixes that.
the new script fixes it, but also, you can kind of make the assumption that if there's a random kid that shows up from the Marduk Institute and
Yeah.
Sele is working with them, there's something going on. And
Yeah.
also, we do know, kind of based off of this, that Sele does have Adam or a version of them.
Yeah.
Um, so it's easy to kind of just assume that
Yeah.
Nerve knows, that
Yeah.
both of these entities know that they're
Yeah.
working on shit in the background that the other doesn't know.
Yeah.
And when he shows up, it's like, okay, so this is what it is.
Yeah.
But the new script makes it make a lot of sense. Where they don't know, they're just weary of it, and
Yeah.
then the moment he steps towards Unit 2,
Yeah.
there's like duh, like you're
Yeah.
like it's
God,
really
the way it plays out too, because he doesn't really fuck around. He just gets down there,
he just
and
goes, he's
yeah. And
ripping.
I also like they do have like a line in there or something where they sort of like it's like Unit Two's soul kind of retreated, where it's like, oh yeah, so it's like that's why he's able to sort of man it. You never really,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
there's some
like
smart writing going
yeah,
on
it's
here.
like they wanted that to happen. That they
Yeah,
wanted Asuka to get
yeah, it's crazy.
uh destroyed so
Yeah,
something can happen.
to shut
It's
that yeah, to make Unit 2 accessible to
a
somebody who
vessel
a vessel. And the
that
way he just like
walks on water.
walks on water and like just starts levitating and doing his fucking mind freak shit in front of Unit 2 and have it activate is such a beautiful scene, like it to happen. And again, it leads into what probably my favorite action piece of the entire series.
Yeah, I want to make a quick comment before we get
Yeah,
into that.
yeah,
Let's see. Blah blah blah. Reading through the wiki. Um, so there's also a lot of moments where the characters are just saying goodbye, and you're like,
yeah,
like, do they know something I don't know? Because we
yeah,
have Masato saying goodbye to Pin to Pin
yeah,
because Tokyo Three's become too dangerous.
yeah,
And then Hikari and her family are leaving. Like people are just leaving,
yeah,
and the people that are in Nerve are just like they know something is up. We aren't attuned to it. Ritsuko is very like aware because
yeah.
she's one of the few people that's in on the whole plan.
Yeah, they have to
Um,
they're dealing with her journey right now is her in her timeout chair after destroying all of the quote unquote dummy plugs.
dummy plugs, which we don't need anymore. Um, man, so even before that, there is we forgot to mention this in the bath scene.
Yeah.
Kwaru, he mentions that humans are interesting. He's like humans are interesting because they want to get close to one another, and they're so afraid of being
Yeah.
alone. And he
Yeah.
starts talking about that, and there's a lot of like I keep saying, a lot of reinforcement, a lot of thematic ties coming into play of things that have
Yeah.
been set up before. It's just so beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a really well written episode. It's written by our boy Hideaki Anno.
Yeah, very the episode itself is very poetic. Kwairu is sitting there doing his like everything he says is not the way a person talks. It is poetry. It is, and it is designed specifically to uh, plant concepts in Shinji that
Yeah.
are going to be very important immediately after all of this.
Well, and then so the other kind of thematic conclusion we have here
Yeah.
is we've been talking a lot about how men and about not men but just humans in
Yeah.
general,
Man.
they overlook things
Yeah.
because of their ego. They overlook the supernatural because of their ego, because of science. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of directly repeated here of how
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, there's just this kid here. He's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Let's just keep an eye on him. And then then the harbinger of doom just kind of
Yeah.
slips through everything. And the only person that can kind of be the voice of reason is Miss Ritsuko, and she's in jail. She's kind of
Yeah.
jailed in Nerve, and
Yeah.
Misato's like, yo, wait, you're kind of wait. This is you're right. And yeah, so then we get to the awesome Corey. The way he Quaru gets into the Ava,
Yeah.
and then he just starts descending down, and then the Magi system starts flipping the fuck out,
Yeah.
and everyone behind their desk are like, and the way that these screens don't have like a UI to them, but they have data and
Yeah.
information, and the way you can just kind of see him descending down Central Dogma and just like the pure adrenaline and fear across everyone's face is scary. It's a very
Yeah.
tangible like fear
Yeah.
of everyone. Um, and then our boy Shinji, he does it. He gets into the fucking robot.
Yeah.
Which also aside here, it's just so weird to me that that's the meme that Shinji doesn't
Yeah.
get in the robot. He gets in the robot every time.
Yeah.
There's no time where he's like no. There's
Yeah.
more times where he's like I don't want to get out of this thing than,
Yeah.
than he does.
Yeah. Even when he runs away, what drags him back is that he wants to get in the robot.
Yeah, no, he gets in it and he stays in it way more than he doesn't, which is just weird to me that that's like the meme.
He actually likes the robot.
Yeah,
it's his mom.
It's his mom, and
comfy.
it's the one thing that makes him comfy, and it's the one thing that gets him compliments from people. It's the one thing that like gives him what he wants, which is people being nice.
Yeah,
nice
he just hates his dad. I mean,
that's just really it. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do it because his dad wants him to do it. He wants to do it because he wants to do it. Which, hey, that's the message of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Yeah. So they get in there, and here's a quote from the wiki. Shinji is ordered to sortie in Ava Unit 1. Initially in disbelief that Quaru is an angel, Shinji says that Quaru has betrayed him, just like his father.
Yeah. It's actually really impressive that Shinji comes to terms pretty fast on this. Like he doesn't he doubts it for like a split second, and then it's like it dawns on him that it's like actually wait, no, this is kind of how everything shakes out. Like this is how this has always gone. It's so and once he locks in, and we get Unit 2 versus Unit 1 fighting all the way down to
the basement of Central Dogma. And that fight, I mean, there's even a moment where Shinji shows a lot of growth where he's like, Asuka, I'm sorry I'm fighting your robot. Like, he's feeling for her because he knows how much it means to her, which is awesome growth to have for our little son. Then he draws out that progressive knife and they're just going downward and they both stab each other, which is just like is so fucking cool. We have I think Unit 1 gets stabbed in the neck.
Like
around there.
Shoulder blade neckish area.
And then Unit 2 stabbed in the tummy chest area.
Yeah.
And then we got Quaru doing his thing where he's being philosophical on human nature. and then he's also outside of the Eva, which we kind of just glossed over. He's just kind of outside of it too. Shinji, tries to stab it, and the AT field pops up, and Quaru drops the lore bomb. He's like, "Hey, listen, this is the human soul. This is your soul. This is what an AT field is. This is you are stabbing through what makes a person here." And then we have that moment where Hyuga is like, Misato, you want me to do that thing we talked about just in case? And she's like, yeah, buddy, rig it to fucking blow up. He's like, okay. So no matter what happens, everyone's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And yeah, he then Quaro's like he lands and well they land and he's like I'm gonna set up this absolute terror field, this paranormal version of my human spirit, and I'm gonna block everyone from seeing what's happening inside here. And then he also destroys the self destruct mechanism. So no matter what happens, shit's gonna be even more fucked. Um,
Yeah.
and then
I do like they do that's like, oh yeah, that's what the Lilim call the AT. Oh yeah, that's what is what you call that, the AT
yeah,
field.
the AT field. Um, Lilum is just randomly thrown out by him, but that's just what he calls humans because
Yeah,
humans descended from Lilith.
yeah,
This is lore that you can get from the PS2 game called Neon
yeah.
Genesis Evangelion,
Well, or I mean, like, or the Bible, like.
or the Bible. Yeah,
For people that don't know, Lilith was Adam's first wife, but she was outcast of it because she she did she didn't want to, she didn't want to be just like she wanted like good sex, not
yeah.
I mean like literally.
She didn't want to make kids.
Yeah,
She wanted to bang bang.
yeah, yeah, she wanted to be on top once in a while. Um and so she gets outcast, and then Eve gets created from one of Adam's
Ribbies.
ribs. Yeah, so
Ribs
which
for her pleasure.
yeah, uh which also, like, the Evas are made born of Adam, like,
It's you know what? Biblically accurate TV show.
yeah. But yeah,
Um,
so yeah,
yeah,
it's cool
so
setting.
it takes knowing that, or also knowing the random video game that never came out over here.
Yeah, it
There's
came
also
out
even
twice.
more.
It came out on the PS2 and the PSP, and there is no English patch. Nobody's done a
There's no
fan
English
translation.
patch, and that came out during the time before the rebuilds
Yeah,
when they were working on the first rebuild. I think they were just like, I don't know why they would make a game, but they
yeah,
did. And there's a lot of interesting lore in there that gets touched on in the rebuilds.
yeah,
Um, but right now, it's just kind of thrown at you. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. So if you're curious, look
yeah,
into it. So they land. Ray is there because she's everywhere.
yeah,
She just kind of appears, and she puts a AT field. She generates a second one, and I don't remember what she's doing it for. Is she trying to protect Shinji, or is she trying to protect Lilith on the cross?
I think she's.
Um,
I think in this, I think it's one of those things. Like in the context of this episode, she's protecting Shinji, but in the grand scheme of things, after we know what happens, she's protecting Lilith.
yeah. So yeah, and then that's the moment because Quaru steps forward and he's like,
Ah,
"Hey,
shit.
Adam, you're looking a little different." He's like,
Yeah,
"Wait, that's not Adam, that's Lilith." Which I had a question a while ago when they mentioned that um, the Nerve HQ is inside of a crater
yeah,
of similar size to the one in Antarctica.
yeah,
It's because of Lilith, of course.
yeah.
That's yeah. I don't know how I forgot that, but
I tried to lean in that direction, but it's
makes
hard to do it without spoiling it.
makes a lot of sense. And
Yeah,
also, viewers, Quaru's birthday is the day of the second impact. So
yeah,
make assumptions here, Adam. Who knows?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so then Shinji gets the call. He's like, "You gotta kill him," and he's
yeah.
like,
I know
and
I
then
gotta kill him.
he's like, I was 10 steps ahead of you." And then we have that moment, which is insane how long it is, where he's holding Quaru in his hand. It's
I
like,
I even messaged you. I said, however long you remember that scene dragging on for, it's longer. Uh,
It's very long, and
Yeah.
it's
While the fourth movement of the Ninth Symphony is playing.
it is awesome. It's
it's
just a beautiful piece of
it's
art.
so good.
Uh,
It's just so good. He is a master of doing so much with so little. Because it's not even like Shinji is in a zone right now where he's not doing the thing like he was doing with um t- uh the Unit 4 and Toji, like where he's like arguing about it or trying like you can't just kill somebody or whatever. Like it's
mhm.
like he's pretty down. It's like so you kind of know it's just gonna happen, but the way he drags it on, like does he? Like because like Shinji accepts that he's not a person. He is an
Mhm.
angel. But because usually like that would drag on in like any other show, any other thing, Shinji would be having another internal fight about it. But you don't hear anything. You don't. All you
Y-
see is a giant robot holding a poorly drawn little boy in his hand. I love the far out shots. The character designs when when they are like low res are all really, really like I don't know. They're goofy, but in an endearing way. I love it.
yeah, there's a lot in the next episode.
Yeah,
You're gonna
there
know.
is.
What I man, there's like I was just imagining Evangelion with One Piece pacing. It'd be fucking crazy.
It's nuts. Uh,
The amount of flashbacks and flash forwards we would get for this one moment would be
yeah.
insane.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, even though Kwaru knows he's gonna die,
yeah.
he basically is telling Shinji, he's like, "Yo, listen, it's okay. You can kill me.
Yeah.
I'm
You
so
got this.
thankful that we got to meet each other. I
Yeah.
like he's just like I'm so glad that we could be here, but unfortunately, only humans or angels can exist,
Yeah.
and we
It's
can't
not with the kingdom.
coexist anymore."
Yeah. This is
Um,
it. Like yeah, it's like this is it. Like you got it. Like he's the final angel. So, and there's two episodes left,
yep.
and the episode has a really good squishy sound when when Shinji does the deed.
It's a
Uh,
very satisfying, and I
yeah,
the one thing that's always stood out to me about this scene is the way his head falls into the water
yeah,
is so like it's so like his death is so different compared to the other deaths
yeah,
in this show, and I think it really peeks into Anno's true
yeah,
like his true core, that he really just loves humanity, he loves humans, and
yeah,
he genuinely feels bad for hurting people even if they're not real, and
yeah,
like the way it's shown, it shows a lot of respect and a lot of restraint.
yeah.
um
It's borderline beautiful the way it plays out. Yeah,
it's so sad.
yeah,
And then then it's just immediate hard cut to them cleaning Unit One's hand from all the blood.
yeah.
And Gendo's just watching it, and Ray's there instead of Ritsuko. Um, it's very intriguing.
Yeah.
And then Shinji is sitting on the beach. This beach might look familiar. You might have seen it every episode of this show. Um, but he's sitting on
Insignificant beach.
the beach that's been symbolized for 20 episodes. We've seen for so long. It's
yeah.
here.
The
Um,
Death Stranding is here.
and then Shinji's talking about the emotional weight of like killing another human,
yeah.
which is he's dealt with that before, and
Yeah.
he didn't kill a person, but he struggled with that pretty hard, almost killing a person.
Yeah.
And it's killing a guy that he thought of as a friend, but he didn't really fuck with really. So
Yeah.
and he was completely and utterly destroyed by
Yeah.
that. And also because he was forced to do it. But this time he killed someone, and it's a person that he genuinely likes. And
Yeah.
he's just like he's out of it.
Yeah,
And
he's dealing with a
Misato
lot with this particular death. Yeah.
and then we got the classic where Masato's like, "Hey, you know what? It's you did the right thing, you know. Only." Then she says, "Only those who have the will to live. The only those who have the will to live deserve to survive." And then Shinji's just like, "Hey, that's fucked up. Shut
Yeah.
up."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, "Shut
Shinji,
up."
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like at this point, Misato's role in the series is over. Like she's led Shinji to this point, and and now she's trying to sort of cling to that.
Mhm.
But she's of really no use anymore to Shinji. Which is good, based on stuff that happens in the next couple of episodes and other things. But yeah, I mean, this is sort of like this is almost Misato's last ditch effort to sort of remain relevant as a character. It's very interesting.
Little do they know they're not
Yeah,
relevant anymore.
anymore.
And they haven't been relevant for a while now,
Yeah. Once
unbeknownst to them.
Yeah, once like we were saying, like we started the series off with, Misato is the main character of the show. Until about episode 16 starts losing that grip, and by episode 20, when the Shinji's birth from the Eva happens, that's it. Like she is there's a couple of glimpses of her being, but like a lot of the sort of importance behind that character has completely disappeared now because we are on the march towards, as the Dead Sea Scrolls foretold, we are on the march towards instrumentality, which we are finally about to learn what the core concept of instrumentality is.
No, 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 no.
We're about to, not now, but we're getting there.
Um, yeah, it's human instrumentality is really interesting to me because like the overall message isn't bad,
Yeah.
but when it's delivered by Gendo, it's very nasty feeling.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it's very.
like,
I love diving into the instrumentality stuff, like because like sometimes it's fun just to like ask the question of what was Gendo's goal, and to get into the Reddit or the Eva Geeks and like people having a hard time sort of like committing to what the actual goals were of Gendo and Sele, because for the most part it seems relatively similar up until a point. Like
yeah,
and even in the show, even in the show itself, when you have moments of them explaining what instrumentality is, it's just not true.
mm-mm.
Like that's what's crazy too. Like you are actually like, well, it's like it's partially true. You're actively being sort of gaslit by Ano with over the concept of what's going on,
Yeah,
because even something simple uh like Sele's plan is definitely more, um I don't know, I don't know what the right word for it is. It's more nefarious in a different way than Gendo's plan. But
yeah, because it's also we don't really know what their deal is
yeah.
yet, right?
Yeah.
Like we know what
And
it is in the rebuilds.
yeah, and even like even you kind of figure it out a little more in the end of, like it
Mhm.
goes into it. Rebuilds, that's obviously more on the nose, but end of, they really, they we understand more closely where their two concepts diverted.
Right.
Um, but like episodes 25 and 26 are they are the same. They're one episode as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they're like they're they're just I don't know. To me, they're just thoughts, you
they're
know.
thoughts,
They're
yeah.
just like it's
We
like
basically
oh
we basically kick off the like it kicks off and it's just like the final angel is dead. It's now time. We it's time to enact instrumentality, and the entirety of these next couple of episodes is instrumentality playing out. I
whatever that means.
Whatever that means, you figure out early on. Uh, it because like Shinji is like kind of like in his fetal position that he likes to sit in. Uh, and he talks about you know he's as his character becomes blurry, he's losing his borders, and he's no longer uh you know
A cartoon character
a
anymore.
cartoon character, a singular entity. I mean, listen, we can't just go this beat by beat. We're just gonna have to talk about some of this stuff. So, 20
There is
25 is going through everybody. Instrumentality is everyone becoming one, right? Like that. The core concept of instrumentality is that everybody is the borders between people are disappearing, and they're becoming sort of like a unified singular entity. Like that's just the bare bones. I mean, we're gonna get deeper into it with the end of and stuff like that, because they don't really
I was
they
got a
don't
shiver.
yeah they don't really go too deep beyond everyone's the sort of the AT field of humanity is gone, and everybody is just sort of a unique entity, and they're all kind of sharing thoughts amongst one another, and you're sort of learning about the main characters coming to terms with who they are, what their character arcs have been and what they have been. It does a really interesting thing that you talked about that's in the director's cuts but not in the original ones, where you have Gendo talking, and you get two very significant flashes of Gendo talking, where you find Misato hunched over with blood spray
Bullet,
behind
yeah.
her after she's been murdered, and Ritsuko with a bullet wound in the exiting out her back as she's face down in a pool of water. Um,
It's very
and
fun.
yeah, it's very fun, and that as far as the TV show is concerned, that does not come up. Uh, and for the entirety of episode 25, you are listening to everyone have their panic attack. Uh, they are learning who they are. They are coming to terms with the mistakes they've made and the good things that they've done, and with their lies, their deceit, and their victories and their losses. Every single one of them, and how each one sees like it goes back to episode 16 and 20 about the whole like this is the Shinji that is in Rei's heart. This is the Shinji that, this is the Masato that is in Asuka, and you just have all of these puzzle pieces. It is free form art. It's beat poetry
It
uh
is. It's
throughout. Um
so
and yeah.
there's one thing that happened at the end of episode 24 I want to
Mhm.
bring up because it's a symbolic thing that the series does
Yeah.
where they use white
Yeah.
instead of the typical black.
Yeah.
So this is a reoccurring motif that they use. It's also a cultural thing in Japanese. I'm pretty sure white represents death, and
Yeah.
black is not seen as like this like negative color as it is in our culture. So
Mhm.
white is seen as like this is the bad end essentially. It's a
Yeah.
very jarring transition. And then we have that leading into episode 25. We have the Masato, like, yeah, you get to. and we're gonna all the characters they're gonna get what's coming is basically what she like
Yeah,
says. She's like everyone's gonna get what's coming to them. You get to see this like awesome sketch fight in the
yeah.
background. Um,
It's beautiful. The episode 24 next episode preview shows nothing that happens in any of the next two episodes. That's
that's just a
weird. Wonder
teaser
what.
for the. It's a teaser for the movie that they were working
Yeah,
on while they were working on this.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, Um, I mean, I guess we could kind of spill the beans on this, but
yeah.
the movie End of Evangelion is happening as these two
As these.
episodes
Yeah, a lot of
are
people.
going
It's so
on.
weird early on too. If you were like on the early days of like the discourse and stuff, the consensus at a point at one time was that these are alternate endings to one another, which is just that's horse apples, really. It's the 20 TV 25 and 26 is what's happening in mentally the psychological effects of instrumentality, while 20 because okay, so End of Evangelion is presented as 25 and 26
Yeah.
also. Hence, Shinji constantly listening to tracks 25 and 26 on his little mini dat this entire series. Since episode freaking 1,
One.
Shinji has been ex- experiencing episodes 25 and 26 uh constantly, just constantly uh looking for the outcome that needs to be made in this. So 25 and 26 are about all of 25 is about all the characters, right?
Mhm.
So it's everyone learning everything about one another. All the cards are on the table with everything. Humanity is becoming sort of coming to terms with the fact that it does not exist anymore as of this moment. This is an apocalyptic event. What that has occurred, instrumentality has occurred, and it is the apocalypse. It is the end of humanity as we know
Evangelion.
it. Yeah, it's the end of goodbye to all of
It's a
Evangelion.
goodbye to all of Evangelion. That's
Yeah,
what it says on the 3.0 plus 1.11
yeah,
Blu-ray. It says
yeah.
goodbye.
But
So
yeah,
the thing, listen, this episode does something that I love. It's whenever a writer reinforces his message.
yeah,
This is the thing that he brought up in the Hedgehog's Dilemma. This is the Hedgehog's Dilemma. It's showing us
yeah. It's showing us.
we're all together. We're like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around myself. I'm uncomfortable
Yeah,
because we have all these people, everyone on Earth who's alive. Don't know the exact number because a lot of people have
yeah,
died during
yeah,
this time period, but well, everyone's formed together and they're one singular brain cell essentially,
yeah.
and they're
They
all
even
kind of fighting for
yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah, kind of everyone's kind of fighting to be the yeah, to not just become a singular hive mind kind of thing. 'Cause, it's still humanity. And
They're
like they even say in this like the concept of instrumentality is that everyone's strengths counteract everyone's weaknesses.
weaknesses.
For whatever weakness you have, there is somebody out there whose strength counteracts it, and it just sort of makes it one perfect entity. Again, keep in mind, none of this is occurring on screen. What you're dealing with now are people's psychological emotions going on. And it really is kind
Oh
of, yeah, it really is kind of showing how everyone is going through the exact same shit just differently. It's really beautiful the way
yeah.
like it's like everyone thinks that they're alone in all of this, but then like as every character sort of interacts with every character and is going through their own shit and explaining everything, putting all their cards out on the table, it's like everyone it's obvious that everyone's just kind of going through their own thing in the exact
Mm.
same way.
Yeah, it's what I really love about the structure of the episode is we have all these characters that are giving the spotlight
Yeah,
literally,
literally.
but they're pleading their case
Yeah,
with we don't know who really,
yeah,
but we eventually learn they're pleading it with Shinji, like, hey,
yeah,
listen, buddy, all this is in your hands. Do with it
Yeah,
as you must. You have to know all these things to make the
yeah.
correct
Make
decisions
the decisions. Yes.
on the next time you have to do this. Hopefully we don't have to do this again. Hopefully you made the
Yeah.
right decision this time.
Yeah.
Listen to us, please. I don't want to be discarded. I don't want to be thrown away. I don't want to be ignored. Listen
Yeah.
to what I have to say. And you
Yeah.
learn that it's all on little Shinji's shoulders, and you
Yeah.
go, uh oh,
Yeah.
this shit is fucked up, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy too because um because they're also very vague about it because also they they don't come out and just sort of outright say that he has to make the final decision. It's more context clues than anything that's what's going on, and that is something that you have to sort of even like in the end of Evangelion because like it's also everyone's going through their own shit too at the same time. And
Hmm.
at the beginning of episode 26, they started off with saying like, "Hey, everybody's kind of going through this. All the people, we don't have the time to show you everybody's shit. Like that's we're just going to show you Shinji." But like as that episode progresses, it's like, well, yeah, of course you're showing us Shinji because you've made it now very obvious that uh, the decision that Shinji makes here is very critical to everyone that he has ever met. Like, and that option that becomes even more clear in end of. You don't know why in this
Yeah.
episode. They don't explain why. They don't like it's the vagueness of these two episodes is beautiful. Like it's such experimental television. Or not even television, just media in general. Nobody's ever made anything like these two episodes, and has never had the audacity to do it again since.
Yeah.
Like
And people will
it's yeah,
try.
yeah,
People try. There's that thing I brought up before of people using symbolism and
yeah,
imagery without understanding the true meaning.
yeah,
And there's so many things that try and like ape this like symbology
yeah.
or this like thing. I mean,
There's this sort of like if you make it incomprehensible, it makes it like it gives it meaning in a weird way, and it's just like that is not. I think I mentioned it to you in DMs not that long ago. Is that Evangelion has this sort of uh I don't know, perception amongst people who've never really sat down and watched it, or even people that have watched it but just aren't necessarily media literate. I think we've all dealt with people like that who just kind of miss out on what the message is really trying to say. Um, but it's like Memento is the same way in a weird way and stuff like that, where people are like, "This it's confusing and you have to watch it 2 or 3 or 4 times to realize." Like, oh, Ava really lays its cards out on the table, even when it's getting experimental like this in 25 and 26. It doesn't hide anything. It's
yeah,
weird and it's sort of open ended and conceptual, but like the message is there. It is present. It is being pushed in your face throughout the entirety of the series. And even these last two extremely weird episodes, it's like, it's not really all that difficult to follow or comprehend. I just, some people just don't want to exert any more effort than just
yeah.
watching something. Then it's weird. I really don't think it's that dense. It's
It's
cool. It's
I don't
like
think it is either.
it's dense in the sense where you can fall down the rabbit holes like we talk about. You know we've spent hours talking about this show and its little nuances and stuff. But if you just sit and watch it, you're gonna get the core of it. It's but maybe listening alongside of us, like our little anime book club here, can push you along, come to your own conclusions, and push you along to maybe watch something with your eyes a little more open. But yeah, like even these two episodes, like I was saying, are not particularly confusing.
They're just weird.
They're just
That's just
weird,
kind of
and
it.
yeah, they're just they're experimental storytelling. It's still storytelling. A story is still playing out and being told, and it's pretty obvious what is being told. But episode 26 is Shinji fully free of humanity uh, and people, and having to figure out what he is and what he wants and what he needs, and
Yeah.
how that the road he travels down through here is uh it's it's so beautiful.
It is.
From beginning to end, this episode is just like, I don't know. There's just something so captivating about the entire about this journey that we're about to take with Shinji. Um, because it also
What?
does something you have to like pay attention to this episode because half the dialogue is just written in kanji on the screen.
It's,
Uh,
it's crazy.
it's crazy, a bold move.
Um, so I wanted to just kind of chip in here.
Yeah,
So episode 25 is so we it's kind of like
yeah,
It's Shinji learning about the decision he made unbeknownst to himself.
yeah,
And then episode 26 is Shinji gathering is going through his journey, but gathering the data he needs to proceed
yeah.
further to actually, hopefully, next time execute correctly. Um, but 2025, he learns at the very end of the episode, he learns that everything that we just saw, the vast dark, the people scared, everyone
Hmm.
pleading for their life is because of him. It's because
Hmm.
no one was saved, and then Shinji is like, well, like no one tried to save me, so why should I save everybody else? Um, so he's yeah, he gets his clear wish, which is like leave me alone.
Yeah,
And he wants to protect his weak little heart,
yeah,
and he wants to enjoy his little pleasures by himself. He doesn't want to engage with the world or people around him.
yeah,
Which we kind of hoped he learned that lesson through the series, but
yeah.
he's
It
just
makes
not
it very
ready yet.
clear at the beginning of 26 that he has not learned that lesson.
Yeah. Um, yeah, then Shinji becomes everybody.
Yeah,
He's the sole proprietor of the earth.
yeah.
We get to
Of
see
mankind
everything.
as an entire as an entity, yeah, the is now just Shinji. Uh, it's so yeah, he's being he's going through it now. It is he's being asked. He's being asked, but because humanity is still he is all of humanity, so those the thoughts and concepts are still within him, and he's having an existential crisis because he is just himself. Like,
Yeah, he's learning that he needs other people around him
yeah,
to bounce off of. And
yeah,
now he's just left on his own, and
yeah,
he hates his thoughts, he hates his feelings.
yeah. He has
He
this. It has that moment where the series turns into watercolors. Really well done. I love the look of the characters done up in these watercolors.
mhm.
Where it's like they're not super detailed. I don't know what it is, but I like a little cartoon character with little pointy, like they don't have hands, they just have little points and stuff. Like they do that with this, and it's like all the characters are sort of bouncing off Shinji, where he's just like, well, like what makes you you, and he's like, well, it's like the items in my room, and like that, like just it differentiates me because now everything is just me. There's just a singular entity that is me, like so like what like if you don't have you know other people around you, what makes you you? And he's like, well, I got the stuff in my room, and it's like the stuff that you have isn't what um and the
It's
best part, the bet when the show really finds like when he fine tunes in the message he's trying to make is when it goes to black and white outline Shinji flying in the sky. uh it really he I don't know knew he was cooking. Uh, it's
He
so
was
good.
feeling he was feeling himself on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So it's Shinji just sort of free from everything. He's just kind of floating there, and he's having again the existential crisis is kicking in again. It's like, well, what do I do? And it's like, I don't know, man. You get to make that choice. What do you want to do? It's like you can do literally anything.
Anything.
Literally anything. You are not constrained to any sort of realities, rules. You can do whatever you want. It's like, and that's overwhelming. That's an overwhelming concept. So you get Gendo's voice popping in. It's like, all right, well, here you go. And a line gets drawn across the bottom of the screen. It's like, well, now you have the ground. So you have a starting point. You can now move on this ground, but you have lost just a little bit of that freedom. Is the exact words. Just you lost a little bit of that freedom now, but you have direction now. You have an up, down, left, and right, and it just sort of plays out from there. From here on out, it's Shinji learning about like the first person you meet is your mother, which that like you don't you have no frame of reference of what you look like. If there's nobody, you base what you look like based on the other people around you. There you how could you possibly comprehend what your appearance is when appearance doesn't exist? Like it's
Yeah.
not a yeah. uh
It's it's one of those things where like in so a if you ever go to get therapy, there's
yeah,
this exercise called grounding that they
yeah,
teach you. And this is the exact thing that they kind of teach you to do is
yeah,
like to break down everything around you and be like, okay, my feet are on the ground.
yeah,
I'm breathing, I'm thinking, and then you name four or five things in the room. It's
yeah,
like it's the same process here
yeah,
where Gendo's like sitting him down, like, okay, so there's the ground. Okay. Now what else is there? He's like, okay, here's fucking water and
yeah,
air and
yeah,
animals, and
yeah,
it's like it's the same little process. And
yeah,
it's one of the things that whenever I first watched the series for the first time, this was the moment where I felt like that big depressive episode I was in. This is the moment where it broke, where I was
yeah,
like it was just like someone just blatantly telling me like, hey, like everything's in your hands, you can control this, and
yeah,
like here's the ground, here's the earth, here's
yeah,
the air, here's like it's just crazy to put it into perspective. And this is really the episode where Anno is like, so all that stuff that I was kind of showing you in a pretty way before, like trying to make it like a cutesy little story, like I'm just gonna sit you down and here's what I've been saying from
yeah,
the jump of like
yeah. You're
like
laying on Anna's couch. Uh,
and yeah, and like he and it's you learn like obviously like you learn through life the things that define you or the people that are
yeah,
around you, the and that things die, things disappear, but like only the you that exists, the you that is the only you that matters. You don't have to
yeah,
think about the other yous that
yeah.
exist in other
I
people.
mean, it's like what Shinji's big. The thing that always, the thing that always hits me in this is Shinji's got a real problem, and I sometimes fall in these states too that Shinji falls into, where he just sort of assumes that people don't like you. People are just putting on a show because that's just what people do. It's
Mhm.
just like it's hard not to feel that, have that moment where it's just like it's like, am I just annoying to people? Like, I know who I am, and I know, like, I know what I'm capable of, and I know that, like, sometimes you just have those moments where you just like doubt yourself and doubt like people's thoughts and opinions on you. um it's hard to get through that sometimes. It's
It
sometimes,
is.
yeah, and it's not like it's something where you can just like confide in someone, because once you're in that mode, it's like, well, of course they'd say that. I asked them, it's like, yeah, it's like they don't really care. They just wanted me to stop talking or whatever. It's hard. This is this episode deals with like, and Ano's going through the same thing. He's like, as an animator, it's like, negative reviews and everything too for things and stuff. It's like, which we do find out, like the negativity by the time you get to end of really got to our boy. Uh,
And you know what? He's very vindictive about it too.
he is,
He
yes,
he he goes against his own message in
yeah,
the end of Evangelion movie, which is
so does,
it's crazy. It's
yeah,
yeah, we'll get to it,
yeah,
but
but like, yeah,
it's so the that's also the other thing that I think like that all art does is like we've talked about before is you have to examine everything through the painter, through the guy
hmm
who made it, right? And this like Eva as a piece of a person is just so enthralling to kind of
hmm
just pick through. And then because like we just said, like he's giving us this really cutesy kind of message of like everything's gonna be okay, just just love everyone around you, talk to
yeah.
people, everything's good. And then he and then with the critical reception of this, the his response is just straight up like it's like if you've
Fuck
never
you and the
seen it,
horse you rode in on. Yeah.
yeah, it's like imagine the word like imagine Guantanamo Bay. That's just kind of like what it is.
Yeah.
It is so vile and disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun to talk
I
about that
can't
because
wait.
it's
I can't wait.
also very human. It's very human to
Yeah.
have these reactions to how people view you and view
Yeah.
the creation that you've made. And Anno
Yeah.
is a guy that reciprocates his thoughts through art.
Yeah.
And then the rebuilds are his secondary answer, which
Yeah.
is I think the most important note is
Yes.
that our boy is well. He's
Yeah.
fine now. I
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah.
But
Uh yeah, so Shinji is going through all of this, and it's the there's two things that he's sort of picking up on during all of this. First and foremost is that uh dog, you gotta love yourself first and foremost. If that doesn't happen, then how could you ever expect anyone to love you or to love back or to be loved back or all that stuff? And second of all is, um, you're free to make choices. Like, choices are what make making choices is what makes a human a human. You're not as tied down as you think you are. It's like, we get to the point where it's like, dog, you don't have to, like, it's like, I don't want to, it's like, what if I have to pilot that fucking thing again? And like, dog, you don't have to. You've never had to.
nope. You could have just left every time you
Yeah,
wanted to leave, but you never did.
but you never did. That's because of all this stuff that we've talked about. You've deluded yourself into thinking of yourself as less of a human, and that you don't have freedom of choice when you've always had freedom of choice. And that's when you get to the most, like, what would I consider iconic scene from this particular episode,
Oh yeah.
where it's just like, it's the one that everyone sort of talks about and thinks about, and it's like, look, this is look at this possibility that could have played out. And it's like, this is something that could have happened. And it cuts to a shonen slice of life anime. Uh,
Isn't it awesome? It's so
like,
fun.
it's so fun. This is another one. This is the one of all of the things between the original dub and script and this moment is the singularly most changed. uh, because and it's also the one where I realized how much I truly do hate Spike Spencer and his Shinji. Uh, Shinji's more confident in this one. Asuka's it's like, oh, Asuka goes to wake up Shinji. Your childhood friend waking him up and everything. Um, it's so because like in the original dub script, a lot of this stuff is played like a early 2000s like raunchy comedy in a way. Like when Oscar does the like, yanks the blankets off of him and he's got his morning wood situation. Uh like Spike Spencer's like, I don't know, it's always like that when I wake up in the morning. I gotta take a whiz or something, and it's just and it's like he calls her like a pain in the ass, like when he gets slapped in the off camera thing instead of just like slave driver or whatever. It's just like they make Shinji much a bigger asshole in this. Uh but yeah, it's cute. You got everyone. You got Shinji, Asuka. They're the they're the couple that's not a couple that in every
Yeah,
one of
it's
these love Hina ass
the girl next door has
girl
been my
next door.
friend ever
She's
since I was a baby.
yeah. You got Yui and Gendo with his nose in the paper, working at the university. Uh, and then transfer student Ray with Asuka's theme song is very
Yeah.
running with the toast in her mouth, accidental panty shots and everything.
Misato is a teacher.
Teacher,
She's
cool
guiding the
teacher.
children.
Yeah, cool teacher. That this is also like when they introduce Ray to the class, like in the original dub, like Misato's like, "Yo, check out this blue-haired babe," it's like super awkward. And then it's like it slips back into its watercolor, so you can tell we're about to drift back into normal what Shinji's current reality. But remember so in this one when it goes into that and Asuka and Ray are arguing in the new script, it's like, what, are you dating or something? I forget what the exact. Are you two an item or something?
Hmm.
Uh, in the original script or the original dub, uh, Ray says, "It's like, whoa, what are you so mad about? Are you riding his baloney pony?"
So stupid.
It's so stupid. I hate that. It made me. I rolled. You could hear my eyes roll in this whole thing. No, we're just really good friends. The whole
So
yeah,
I this moment is kind of crazy because we get a payoff for
yeah,
this in the rebuilds.
yeah. It's
Which just kind of dawned on me as I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. Like
yeah,
um
yeah. There's also
we
like an entire spin-off manga series that comes straight out of this.
it's it's interesting because for me as a viewer, as a person who loves these characters, I see
Yeah,
this and I'm just like, I'm just glad they're happy, right? I'm
yeah.
just glad that everything's happy.
There's also
But
a level like, but watching it too, there's like this
but
level of
you know,
insincerity behind it.
yep,
You're look, it's like this is great. They're all having a good time. They're living a life, but it's wrong.
it's
Like
wrong.
this is it's like no, this isn't like good for them, but this isn't no, this isn't it.
Yeah,
This isn't
it's
like we know that you feel it. That's why everything feels weird about it.
and that's
And
the
I do,
message.
yeah,
That's 100% the message of
yeah,
the series is Anno going like, I could have done this,
yeah,
but that like and this little moment juxtaposed across the whole show is just like
yeah,
it's a real thinker. It's a real like,
yeah.
oh,
And
because
I do love this and this coming out of this moment of Shinji realizing so this is a potential reality as he's like holding a script and reading a script. It's such a great way to pull out of this scene. But
And oh
like
yeah, and then we also have the stage
the stage,
play.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's you have this. You're pulling into Shinji is in his stage play, like we were saying, like people under the lights and everything. And also, iconically, we didn't really talk about it, but it's Shinji, head in his hands, sitting in his folding chair as people are, yeah, right there. That most of the episode, as before, leading up to the him turning into a cartoon, black and white cartoon boy, is
yeah.
people
It's
yelling, just people talking at him about uh his psychological profile. So,
it's
but yeah.
I I really love this.
Hmm.
I really love that imagery a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
It's how I imagine he is the whole time. Like
Yeah.
during end of, he's just like
Yeah.
he's doing that the
Yeah.
whole time. He's just kind of sitting there, and it's just I love how they contextualize it with the script. Where they're like,
Yeah.
okay, Shinji, here's the fucking script, dude.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now? Like, are we
Yeah.
gonna? Um, it is what's even crazier to me is how the show builds into the rebuild so well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because also it's the rebuild, and we just deconstructed the whole show.
Yeah.
Um, funny,
Yeah.
and then I don't know, dude. It's one of those. It's also one of those things that like you just kind of have to watch it. It's hard to even just like talk about it because it's like
Yeah.
I can be like, "Yo, there's a line drawn on the screen. It's fucking nuts," and people are like, "Huh?" But like,
Yeah.
uh, there's also
Yeah.
all the flashing
That's
kanji.
yeah. There's like a lot of just like it not being a TV show anymore. Like it turns into a book. like, like I said, they're showing pages off of a script. They're showing just lines and squiggles and the concept of like the concept of identity drawn as a hole from Junji Ito.
Junji Ito, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And when you break out of um the school comedy moment, and Shinji sort of it dawns on him about like because now this is it. This is the moment. This is everyone's now coming to him. He's on the stage, or the stage is there. He's on the sound stage, thinking about everything. The big the big call for cut or action is about to take place. Everyone's giving them their sort of last sort of like plea as uh a very upbeat piano cover of Cruel Angel's Thesis is kind of quietly getting louder and louder in the background. I the way this ends, I love it. I love these last couple of minutes of this show. The music starts getting louder, everyone becoming more and more optimistic with Shinji, and Shinji becoming happier and happier, understanding that like, you know what? I don't want to be dead. I like these people around me. They actually don't hate me, I think. I think these people want to be around me. I think there's
But notably, Shinji still hates himself. He
Oh yeah.
says, "Everyone doesn't hate me, but I still hate myself," which is
Yeah.
it's like very
Yeah.
important.
It's very important as he's going through it. And as he's sort of having his breakthrough mentally, he's also having a breakthrough physically. The music getting louder, cracks in the scenery are starting to form, making loud glass cracking sounds and everything, until he comes to the final realization that, you know what, dog, I do want to be here. I am worth. I am. I may hate myself, but I do belong here, and I can make. I can choose for me. If I want to, I can figure this out. And then whoosh, we are greeted to a beautiful choral water scene. of everyone that you've met in this show, for the most part,
Yep.
standing
And
around,
it's the
clapping
crowd. It's the cast doing their bows at the
their
end of
bows.
the play.
Yeah. Iconic. Everyone saying congratulations as they're clapping to Shinji for coming to what would, on all outward appearances, be him coming to the correct decision. Uh, Keen-eyed viewers will notice that this series is far from over.
Keen-eyed viewers, there are 5 more movies.
um, and it says, finally, the series ends with Shinji smiling, saying thank you, and then cut to black with, what was it?
To my father, thank
Or
you.
thank
To
you
my
to my
mother,
mother. Goodbye,
farewell.
farewell,
And to all the
to all the
children,
children. Yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. I do miss that from the Netflix dub. I really do miss "Fly Me to the Moon" playing.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
a I have an illegally acquired rip that mixes so it has the
oh,
Netflix dub, but
yeah,
it has so it has the Blu-ray, and then someone's edited it to have "Fly Me to the Moon" and all the things that have been taken out for
yeah.
licensing reasons. Um,
It's the despecialized editions of Star Wars kind of situation. It's like, let's defend the best of both worlds. You get the HD. Well, the thing I like about the "Fly Me to the Moon" stuff is that, like, episodes also thematically used it as like
it's a
its
different
wrapping point,
cover.
and it was a
Yeah,
different cover, sometimes sung by an actor or actress in the show, especially if it's like, and each cover sort of leans into the themes of so it's missed when it's just a smooth jazz cover every single time.
it's a really creepy ass piano song.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Um,
for a lot of stuff. But um, God, what an ending! Jesus Christ. Uh,
um, so in the references section of the Evo Wiki, there's always really interesting things.
yeah,
Episode 26, there's some interesting ones here. Let's see. The English dub version of an alternate reality also changed some of the dialogue or added lines to make it raunchier. Most noticeable of the
hmm
complete changing of Gendo's neutral dialogue with Yui to an involved conversation with some innuendo.
there is too.
I'm always ready, dear,
Yeah,
is the quote here.
yeah,
And then in one of the possible worlds, Shinji lives with Gendo and Yui, and in this world, Asuka is his childhood friend. Note that on the newspaper Gendo is reading is a headline that says South Pole Base opening its doors to visitors. So the second impact just hasn't happened there.
yeah,
Um, then there's a note about episode 25 Air and episode 26 A Pure Heart for You, which is the end of Evangelion. That's episodes 25, 26 Air and Pure Heart.
yeah.
So I won't talk about that. Um, let's see. Yeah, some more episode 26 Pure of Heart stuff here. Uh there's a world where all the children born into it deserve to live. It is left to the audience to decide whether the ending is the best ending or the bad ending. And this is from the Platinum Edition commentaries that they have on the
Yeah,
special edition box set that you can
yeah,
buy yourself right now for $800.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the
um,
commentaries on those are very interesting because uh as we've established, they, especially back in those times, they kind of, artist intent wasn't always taken into consideration when creating these dubs back then, but they tried their best. But like I said, like, the the raunchiness of the other stuff and things like that. So it's hard to tell what's them speculating versus them like interpreting,
Yeah.
it's like, or what is in what would be known as like the creator bible kind of stuff. Like a lot of shows have the writer's bible, like most cartoons in particular will have a writer's bible, so you know who's on, like, for certain things, like what's the character, you can't deviate from this, either dialogue or design or whatever, and things. And so it's weird because I just don't. Early ADV in particular, it's hard to trust. Keep
It's
in mind,
yeah.
they are not around anymore. Like, it's they couldn't make it into a world where anime is mainstream. So that tells you much of anything. So the script for the earliest Ava stuff is just not good for the most part. Like, it's I think the Netflix script and the voice actors are so much better. Um,
Yeah,
Although
it's
I do think Tiffany Grant's Asuka is perfectly fine.
yeah.
She really likes that character. Like, she would go to conventions dressed as Asuka. Like, she was just all in on Asuka. I think
Um
and she understood Asuka. She never really, like, even current Asuka and Tiffany Grant Asuka sort of have the same, like, the way they read the dialogue is very similar.
yeah, no, there is a moment during this rewatch where I watched I think it was like is the episode where Asuka is talking to Misato and she's like talking about her relationship with Haji, she calls her a
Yeah,
pervert and stuff.
yeah,
I watched that scene with the original dub and
yeah,
with the new dub, and
yeah,
it's almost identical. It's
yeah,
it's an almost identical thing. I just think that the new actress, she has more. I don't know. She has more depth because a lot
yeah.
of voice actors now are like classically trained
Or
actors
trained,
versus
yeah.
people who in the past were just like I can do voices and I'll do the
Yeah,
thing.
especially in the
Um,
earliest days of ADV, a lot of them were like, "Well, I'm the script supervisor, and also I'll do the character." It's just like it was just the people that worked there were doing the
yeah.
dubbing, because the dub was also kind of generally considered almost a bonus feature,
Mhm.
especially in those days. The sub was sort of the default, and the dub was just, yeah. Well, then, this is an optional thing. So
But then the other side of the coin, which is interesting to me, is Dragon Ball Z.
yeah.
Like, I think Dragon Ball Z in the dub, the thing that that team did, they made it way better. They made Dragon Ball Z, I think, a lot better with the characterization of everybody and the
Yeah.
voices. Like, I just think they knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened here. It's very interesting. There's
Yeah.
a guy on Critical Role. His name is oh my gosh. Taliesin Jaffe.
Yeah.
He is like kind of a nepo baby. His grandpa is like a really rich producer or whatever. Um and he's the guy who kind of funded the initial dubbing of Ava with his like he's a guy who fronted the money essentially.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about this before. But it's pretty much like yeah, it's just he wanted to do it, so they did it, and it has that vibe to it, um, which is just kind of crazy with the nature of the topic at hand.
Yeah.
That a guy is just like yeah, I'll just do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, who's his grandpa? Because it's gonna bother me.
Allison Jaffe, let's
Yeah.
see. Every relative of his is got a Wikipedia page of their own.
Yeah.
He's got George Axelrod, which I
Yes.
recognize that name because he was in Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Yes.
or whatever. Not in, but
Yeah. No. So he's very
yeah.
nepo baby. He's like the weirdo of the family, and he's the one that fronted kind of the initial production costs.
Jesus Christ,
Uh,
his entire stinking family line. His dad, his mom, his uncles, all of them have all of them
Yep.
have a Wikipedia page. It's crazy.
I don't fuck with that dude.
And he's got Travis McElroy hair. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean he's a good guy. I mean, like all intents and purposes, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But I just don't sit well with guys who come from backgrounds like that, who dress like that, and try to act like they're outsiders. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's just like you're better than everybody else off
Yeah.
rip. Like you don't have to. You're just doing this to get sympathy. Like Shinji, you should
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
look into yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways, his
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 uh his characters always die in the campaigns, so
that's good.
whatever.
Uh, so yeah. Anyways, Evangelion's over. Shinji, uh, instrumentality has, I guess, happened. Uh,
Look at my crotch.
yeah,
Look at
yeah.
this.
Look, everybody is something unclear. Unclear how ethereal. Like we don't. Whoa! I just kicked my camera off. Crazy, all crazy style.
People are they might be
They might, yeah, they may be on the beach. They may be only existing in somebody's brain. We don't really know. Despite this, this ending happens, and nothing's clear as to exactly what's. We know that we know that everything ended and has been the final decision of what the next step is has been made, and it involved Shinji deciding that he wanted to live.
good job, Shinji. Proud of you, buddy.
You did it, man.
Can't wait to see how you
How you came to this decision.
how you
Uh,
get to this decision. Can't wait to see what you do with this newfound knowledge.
yeah. So
Don't do anything bad,
yeah.
please.
I mean, like, yeah, we've obviously talked about it, but the next feature. Well, technically, the next feature is Death and Rebirth, but we're not going to do that. That's just it's a movie that is just sort of. We've already done a compilation episode. We don't need to do a compilation movie. It's just the movie that came out before End of came out. That sort of before the director's cuts. This is where you would see the director's cut stuff,
Yeah.
and it has some cool. I like them. I like it sort of relying on music. Each act of the Death and Rebirth is set to is set to a musical classical musical piece. I mean, I've always one of my favorite classical pieces of all time is Canon, so it has a major
You
major
don't say.
major part in this. But yeah, the next step is End of Evangelion,
Which
like which is going to show you the events that are going on in the reality of the situation, not what's going on in everyone's heads like 25 and
dear God,
26 were doing.
please.
So you're going to see what
Oh.
what happened to everybody and what sparked Shinji being thrust into having to make the
Oh,
final
he's doing some thrusting, all
Oh,
right. I'll tell
all
you.
right, brother. Hashtag no. But yeah, so
um,
like I said at the beginning of this, it used to be it used to be that there was just like, okay, 20 the general consensus around these parts was 25 and 26 came out. It was weird and quote unquote bad.
bad.
Ano took a lot of heat for it, and so it was, oh yeah, well, how about this? The real 25 and 26, an alternate version of the ending, which it's not an alternate version. It is just
No.
the other side of the mirror.
he he presents it in a way of like, I try to hide you from the harsh
the
reality of
harsh
the
realities of
world.
what. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just
I try to let y'all down easy. But I
yeah,
mean, if you want to see what happened,
yeah,
by
but
all means, buddy.
yeah, but also like we said earlier in the episode, like, well, obviously that's not true, because obviously they were already making the movie, because we see animatics from the movie in the next episode preview at the end of 24, the Kairu episode. So it's like, well, yeah, obviously that just what people assumed for a hot minute is just simply not true. This was
Yeah, it
always
was that was the consensus for,
yeah,
like, when I first got into the series. That's
yeah,
just what it was. Is like 25, 26. You don't have to watch it. You can just watch end of.
yeah,
Um, but then I feel like once the fourth rebuild movie came out, everyone was like, "Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute!"
Wait a
And
minute.
I feel like people should have realized it around the third one, but it
Yeah,
took the fourth one to
it
for
took the
people to be
fourth one.
like,
The third one was so
the third one
even
just
yeah.
it's right on the nose, buddy.
Yeah.
It's
Even
like,
even when he got to the end of the second one, it was just like, all right, all right. So, but third one for sure. I can't wait to get into these, because I love talking about the rebuilds, because uh God, there's it's crazy what they are, how they exist, why they exist, and what what they're talking about. It's fascinating stuff. I can't
they're
wait to get.
my favorite piece of Evangelion media. It's like, when I think about the series, it's these movies, these rebuild movies. And yeah, I think I'm excited because it does more of the shit that I like. Oh, it does a lot more of the shit that I like, but it does it in a way. It's like, well, you got to know what the original was saying to understand what this is
Yeah,
saying, which is
yeah,
fun for me as a person
yeah,
who loves rabbit holes.
yeah.
Um,
I
and
think
also
yeah,
on rewatch, the rebuilds are kind of insane.
yeah.
Uh,
Especially as we're going through and we're talking about the TV series as we are, and then in our brains we're thinking about the rebuilds and like the connections we've been making on the rebuilds, and to now actually just around the corner we're going to hit the rebuilds with all of this fresh in our brain and actually see these like things. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts.
yep.
Uh
But
still
here's
got
the
yeah.
Here's the thing. So we're not doing a death and rebirth coverage,
Yeah.
but we're gonna do our own recap episode.
Yeah, it's our version of Death and Rebirth.
It's our death and rebirth, and we talk about things that I care about. So you guys get to be trapped in a chair or
Yeah.
wherever you listen to this,
Yeah.
and listen to
I'm gonna
me.
pull out the folding chair. I'm gonna put my head in my hands, and Zach is going to talk at me. Uh,
It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna have our friend Tyler on the show.
yeah, side
He just
questing classic.
he just got done watching the series for the first time, so I feel like it'd be really funny to have him
Yeah,
on in that specific episode, because
yeah,
I could be like, "Hey, here's all this shit you missed."
yeah. We're
Um,
gonna just really bombard him. It's gonna be great.
it's gonna be fun. And I'll have visual representations because we're gonna need some graphs. We're gonna
Yeah,
need
baby.
there's gonna be some audio gags. There's gonna be, I don't know. There's gonna be lots of pictures. I've keyed in JJ on one of the things I want to talk about forever ago.
Yeah,
Um, and it's just going to be a lot of that.
yeah.
And
Oh,
JJ
it's
knows what
also we
I'm
get to
talking
sort of
about.
yeah, we also get to go back to the earlier episodes and lay out our cards for some of the things that we sort of hinted at in early
Yep.
episodes. And now we can actually just like, and we have made clear in later episodes what our thoughts were. However, now you get to sort of just, the spread is out on the table now, and it's going to be much easier to just like openly
It's
talk
gonna,
about it without
yeah,
having to say, go back to episode one.
yeah, no, because the thing is, I think hopefully people who have watched the series for the first time, or
Yeah.
rewatching the series after not watching it for a while, once you get to the end of the series, it's hard to talk about it in little pieces like we've been doing. I
Yeah.
don't know how we did it. We did a really good job, I feel
Yeah.
like. But once you get all the pieces together, there is this like I don't know, it's like it's crazy the tapestry that's been woven
Yeah.
before us. And there's so many things that you forget because you learn some other things that you forget, and then you learn
Yeah.
some other thing you forget. So it's like it's crazy. It's gonna be fun to put the mosaic in front and
Yeah.
present it, especially with our new found theory
Yeah.
that I'm going to posit at for that thing because I
Yeah.
feel like it's a good place to put it.
Yeah.
And yeah, then after that, it's the worst but best movie of all time.
Yeah.
Um, uh,
Exciting too because that movie is in theaters for its 30th anniversary the week we do that episode, and I will be I'm glad we're not doing end of next week because I would have to watch that movie twice in as many weeks. So I don't
I could barely do it once in
know.
a decade,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't think I.
I've
I'm
never
really
seen
excited to
yeah.
watch it again. I'm
Yeah,
really
I've
excited.
never seen it in a theatrical experience, and that's going to be a trip, man.
Oh,
I don't know.
dude, there's gonna be that one scene.
The opening scene of that movie is going to be
No,
weird, and then
not not that one.
and then you're gonna have the other stuff.
It's the all black scene where it's just
Yes,
like that's gonna be fun to have
that's
in
gonna be
the
fun. Yeah,
theater.
yeah,
And then there's gonna be that one guy in the background doing the like the arm up cheer, like yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Anno's gonna have a camera in the theater pointed right
oh,
at
dude,
me.
that would be so fucking funny if he just did a live feed during that moment. That'd be awesome.
Oh god,
Be like, it's me on the screen. Uh, yeah, I want to watch End of so bad.
I
Like
know.
I'm chomping at the bit, man.
I've also like worked myself into not being able to cheat because I have a movie ticket for it now. It's like I can't be a sneaky little. I can go maybe just a little bit.
Mm, I honest hey, I'll say honestly, if I didn't want to watch Ghost in the Shell tonight, I would probably watch End of before
End of.
bed. Yeah.
I fucking love End of Evangelion. It is.
I was
I,
thinking about this when I was watching this batch of episodes. I was like,
yeah.
how did I just not just continue watching every episode? Like
I know
how did
it
I
was
do
hard,
this?
especially with these last couple of batches. It's just like I've been a good boy and I don't know how I pulled it off because again, it's been a while since I've watched it like this. So like it was it's I haven't really had this experience with a TV show in a while, really. I don't know. It was invigorating in a way, the way we've done this and the way we've talked about it, going through with it. It made me it made me feel like an older version of me. It was
Mm,
nice. I it made me want to. It really sort of made me want to go back to other stuff that I loved in the past and kind of re-experience them again because it is nice
yeah.
having these older eyes watching some of this stuff, especially after going through a lot, especially something like this where it's like a lot's gone on and with me personally leading into watching it like this again, and the show is so therapeutic for everyone involved, for the creator and for me, for you. It's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
been yeah, it's been a really reinvigorating experience because
Yeah.
like it's a thing that I have loved
Hmm.
for half of my life at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like I I love it even more than I did before. And even like which is crazy because it's always been like my favorite thing
Yeah.
to ever exist. It's just so I don't know.
There are some times, especially, you get older and stuff, and you think about things that you used to, like, and you're like, do I even really like it anymore? Or do I just kind of
Mm,
like the memory of it? And sometimes it's true. Sometimes you go back and watch a movie or a show you watched growing up, and you watch it, and you're like, I like the memories I have of
yeah,
watching this after school, or or going to the theater with my parents, or friends, or whatever. But like, this isn't one of them. This was something where uh, it's had the shelf life it's had for a reason, because it is as good as its um, legend. Lives up to the legend.
yeah,
And I've said it a thousand times, whether it be about video games on this, side questing or whatever. Is something I love is what the work of a confident artist, a person that is so sure of themselves. It could be, even if it's something that's not particularly great. If it's just a person that knows their king shit and they're working on something, it's just like, I will sit there like your favorite little gif of,
mm,
or image, the dog with this propeller beanie and a big lollipop, and I'll just gleefully consume your art, because this is a person that your confidence is not lost on me. And
yeah,
Otto is so confident in every decision he makes, and you can tell that he never, despite being a depressed man, never doubts that he's making the right decision. Uh, and that goes a long way with me.
yeah. Yeah. I just love
And if you question
Anno
him,
a
he's
lot.
going to call you out on it.
I love Hideaki Anno. I
Yeah,
love everything he's ever done. I love him as a person. I don't know. There's only a few people like him that exist.
yeah,
Um, Hideo Kojima is the other one.
yeah,
And then I would go so far to say Tetsuya Nomura is also in the same vein of
yeah,
a guy who just doesn't give a fuck and he does what
yeah,
he wants and he does it
yeah.
so well.
He's he is extremely confident in every decision he makes, for better or for worse.
Yep.
And like I said, that goes a long way with me. Even if I don't particularly care personally, I respect the art.
Yeah, when we were talking about like, yeah, the story is simple, people are just dumb. I was like, it's like Kingdom Hearts, dude. It's
Yeah.
the same shit. It's so
It's
it's
funny
so
because,
like
and Metal Gear Solid.
and
Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear
Solid
Solid, yeah.
is not that confusing.
It's not that
People
confusing.
people get caught up in their own. I don't know. Metal Gear Solid, I could easily describe the entirety of it. It may be people confuse denseness for confusion. Sometimes it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of like, uh it's, the jazz thing, it's the words that aren't said, sometimes. It's, it's, but
But the guy is literally like there is no man less what's the word? Subtle
subtle.
than
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima. He
I know people that use subtext and they're cowards. That it's that whole
and he wears it on his sleeve
Darth
and
Vader.
he
Yeah.
like it's I don't know. There's just a rare amount of creators like that. Yoko Taro is
Yeah.
getting there. He hasn't done it enough, I feel like,
Yeah.
to reach this status, but like his, what he has, he's there.
Yeah.
There's just we just need more confident
Yeah.
authors. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the
auteurs.
tours. Yeah, that I think Yoko Taro has the disadvantage of that turnaround time for video games has gotten so protracted that he doesn't have the um there's just not enough time for him. Like, he gets to put out like one thing every so often. Kojima had the opportunity. Metal Gear Solid games were coming out and in rapid succession for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Um, but the trailer for the new Evangelion by him just dropped, and
My boy's
dog,
cooking, dude.
he's this. I think. Uh, I wonder what this leads to for him, because anime may be a good outlet for this guy,
Yep.
and
He's
the turnaround time is much faster with anime.
much faster. And the thing that I really love, I love when artists have full circle moments,
Yeah,
because Yoko Taro has been very vocal about like everything I've ever done is just retelling Evangelion. Like he
yeah,
said, like that's just what he says multiple times. Like I'm just retelling my favorite story.
yeah,
So I'm really happy for him to be in the shoes that he's in.
yeah,
And it just makes me even more excited and confident that we're gonna get something really fucking good.
yeah,
Uh and the fact that Anno handed over the reins to some random dude is
yeah,
says a lot.
yeah,
Says a lot to me, to the guy who's held this series like pretty judiciously for 30
yeah,
plus years.
yeah,
I'm so excited for that. I'm excited to have something that's ever related that we just don't know
yeah,
anything. Like, and it's a new like the a new canon maybe too, which would be really
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
I'm so fucking excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can say it again.
I just can't
Um,
hide it. You know.
oh man. But
uh,
yeah, eventually we got to play that Near Automata game.
yeah,
So,
it is downloaded on my Steam Deck. I am going to town on it very shortly.
but
Unfortunately, I'm
yeah,
playing something else that's very long form. I don't- and I feel bad about it because I've already played it, so but I'm caught in it now. But yeah,
this guy.
it's always
I
got
think that
that's a good
I
stopping.
am going to maybe be a bad boy,
Uh
JJ.
oh. Uh
I really
oh.
want to watch this movie really bad.
Uh.
Uh, I want to so bad, but I also want to watch Ghost in the Shell. So I don't know.
Did you the first episode? You didn't haven't watched it yet? I watched it last night.
No, I watched Evangelion last night and I fell asleep on
Oh
the
yeah,
couch.
I actually watched. I watched Ghost in the Shell, and then immediately followed it up with this, with 20, 24, 25, 26. That is a that is definitely a trajectory you can take. Should you? Probably not, but uh, I was very emotionally impacted watching 25 and 26 this time around. Uh, I almost cried. I could
Dude,
feel it. I could feel it stirring in me. Uh,
my my thing recently has been whenever I listen to music, I think about the characters in this show inside the music or like how they would process it, and then that's what makes me cry. That's been happening a lot. Like I'll just be listening to music at work and then I'll just be like I'll just start crying because I'm like, oh, this is Shinji is crazy. It's like I'm seeing these characters everywhere. It's been a moment. And I've been making a playlist throughout this whole thing of like songs I feel fit the vibe and general thing. So once we kind of reach end of, I'll probably put the playlist out.
Sick.
It's very eclectic and very weird, but it's fun. But yeah, viewers, thank you for watching us ramble at the end of
Yeah,
this. That was fun.
yeah.
But
Our weekly
next
therapy
week,
sessions.
we get our recap episode and our it's a more of a lore dump episode, but
Yeah.
also a recap as well.
Recap.
And then we
Putting
get
the
to go
puzzle together.
into putting the puzzle together, gluing the glass pane back together,
Yeah.
essentially. And then we get to go into end of, um, yeah. And then after that, if I'm still here, we'll go to the rebuild. um,
Who knows what end of will emotionally do to you?
Yeah, I don't know. See, now I'm thinking about it. I don't think I should watch End of Tonight because I'm seeing my mom tomorrow. She's in town,
don't need
so
don't need that weight on your.
and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm gonna go see End of Evangelion on a Wednesday night. That's great. That's gonna be great. I gotta go to work the next like with the next one.
no, that's something you do Friday night.
I have no
Like,
choice. I have no choice. They're
yeah,
only playing it one night, and it's a Wednesday night, and I'm not gonna miss it.
yeah. So I think tonight I'm gonna just watch Ghost in the Shell and call it a day. I think
There we
I'm
go.
gonna be a good boy.
Good, good, good. I'm gonna go watch X-Men '97 because I haven't watched any of that second season yet. So
Ooh.
yeah.
I haven't even watched the first season.
Oh, or
I've
if I say yeah, are you or any of the previous cartoons?
no,
Yeah,
yeah, I've heard it's a continuation. So,
it's more of that. Anyways,
anyways,
2 hours.
next week, recap episode, and then we'll talk about follow up steps after that.
Yep.
So tune in. I hope you're still here. I hope we're not floating in the void like Shinji. Um,
But even if we are, we're floating in the void together.
yeah, and that's really all that matters. I'm selfish. I just only care about talking to JJ. So
And I love talking with you about it, Zach.
yay!
Anyways, everybody, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Or as Pen would say, rah. End